All right, so for our first assignment, we're going to just take a little bit of time to get into the Google Sheets platform and try to make a basic spreadsheet. So the first thing you're going to want to do is be in your email inbox. You see here I'm in my own personal email inbox, and we're going to want to highlight the Google Apps icon on the upper right-hand side of the screen. Here you can access a variety of different programs and platforms through Google Workspace, but we're going to be focused on Google Sheets, so we're going to scroll down to Sheets and go ahead and click that. And this is going to bring up the Google Sheets home screen for us. The first thing we're going to do today is build a blank spreadsheet. So we're going to click blank spreadsheet right here. And the first thing we should do is name our spreadsheet. So our first spreadsheet will title My Interests, just to get started in building spreadsheets. And we'll hit enter so that that saves right to your Google Drive as the My Interests spreadsheet. As we're looking at a spreadsheet, we need to have some basic ideas of some of the basic structures. So these individual boxes where we'll type information are referred to as cells. And cells have two location identifiers. They have a column, which are indicated by capital letters. Columns go up and down. And then we also have rows. Rows are side to side, left to right, and those are indicated by numbers. So cell B6, for example, is the intersection of column B and row 6. You'll also notice that cell B6 here, the B and the 6 are both highlighted, but also right here, the name box has the name of the cell that we've highlighted. We can also sometimes want to highlight an entire range of cells. So if we start and we click in one cell, we hold the left mouse button and we drag, we get what's called a range of cells. So here I've just highlighted cells B2 all the way to E11. So we start with the first cell and we move down and to the right to the last cell in the range that we're considering. So as the syllabus indicated, this first week's assignment is to just create a basic spreadsheet. And so I'll model that right now and create my own personal interest spreadsheet. So what I'm going to do is in row 1, I'm going to write the topic that I'm interested in. In column A, I'm going to write the topic I'm interested in. In column B, I'm going to give a little bit of information about why I like it. And in column C, I'm going to put a rating for each of these items. And I'm going to give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is the worst and 10 is the best. Of course, the first thing that's going to go on my list is math. It sounds kind of nerdy, but I'm like math enough that I decided to become a math teacher. So that's definitely right up my alley. I like math because there is often a correct answer, even if there is not one way to get there. Also, helps to make sense of the world. Now, we'll spend a lot of time formatting spreadsheets later on and making things look a little bit better, but just very quickly, if I were making this spreadsheet myself, I wouldn't want this cell B2 here to go all the way across into, column H. So what I would do is probably grab between cells B and C and give it a little more space. And then once I've done that, if I highlight cell B2 and I go to my tools ribbon here and I click on more, I can choose the text wrapping option and I can choose to wrap the text so it forces the information that I put in to stay within what I've set for the width of column B. So that just makes it a little bit easier to read. And I'm a math lover, so I'm going to give math a 10 out of 10. So at this point, I would encourage you to pause the video, catch up to me if you haven't already done so. Make the spreadsheet that we've started to make here. I'm going to pause the recording and then I'm going to fill in the rest of the spreadsheet. And then when you're ready, I'll give you a 10-second warning after I come back on, and then I'll show you what that's going to look like. All right, in 10 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and show my own spreadsheet. And here's the rest of my table. Now, I didn't do a very good job at giving anything an individual rating because I only picked things that I really wanted to put on this list. But I've got Legend of Zelda video games. My son got into piano about a year ago. It's been really cool watching him learn how to play piano. So piano's on the list. Community service. My wife and I both serve on local boards in our community, and we think it's really important to help our community grow and become a better place. And it's a really important thing to teach our children as well. And finally, I put rock hunting. Our family is big into finding new and exciting rocks, and that's been a big deal for us. So that was definitely on my list as well. All right, now that we've made our spreadsheet, the only thing left to do is to submit it to this week's assignment link in our Google Classroom. So go back to your email account, and from the uh, home screen of your inbox, go to the Google Apps and choose Classroom. You can scroll down until you find Classroom. Make sure that you're in our clip type calculate course. Click on this week's assignment. And right here on the upper right, you can add or create work. If you choose these options from the top, it lets you upload something that's been created previously, or if you choose from down below, you can create a new document. So you could have created this sheet right from this position and not had to upload something separately. But since we already made this in Google Sheets, go ahead and click on Google Drive, and it should be in your recent assignments right here. This is my interests sheet. I'm going to go ahead and add that. And once that assignment is added, I can click Turn In, and that's the finished assignment for this week. All right, so that's it for our first assignment. If you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to me by email. And if not, I'll look forward to reading over your submissions and getting out next week's assignment.